Hello everyone, we're back at it again with an SGC submission. Today we have, I believe, a 58 card submission. In this one, I actually had a bunch of raw stuff planned out, but I only submitted cards that were more around normal size or a lot of your typical vintage baseball cards and a few other oddballs in there as well. So I just want to let you guys know what you can expect. And without further ado, let's get into it. First lot here, we have a Warren Spahn 63 Fleer in a 6. Jim Bottomley in a 1. And with this card, yeah, it was pretty bad on the back, so definitely can see why that got a 1. A Joe Action in a 1 from the N28 set. We also have some more of those coming up, I believe. The Jack Dempsey. Jem Smith. And a Bob Gibson rookie, switching gears there. Got a 3 on that one. Abraham Lincoln, 1924 Men of Genius. United States Jack with the flag of all nations. Look and see Einstein in a 5. Nice looking card there. 1955 Hank Aaron. We have General Grant from Royal Bengals. And a Koufax rookie in a 2. This one I was debating because when I bought it, I actually thought it might have been a little short, but ended up measuring out just fine and pulling a 2. So happy with that one there. Next lot, we have a Pete Rose 64 Cup in a 1. This one, as you can see, pretty creased, so I did expect to pull the 1 on that one. We have a 62 Maze, and this one, I actually didn't see this when I submitted it. I forgot if I was told that this one was indeed trimmed. Might have been, but yeah, with some of these cards, especially the wood border ones, they get a little, white on the top, so people like to trim them so they would look nicer, so that's why that one got that grade. Have a 73 Topps Mike Schmidt, a 4.5. Have a Perucho Cepeda. So for those of you who don't know, this is Orlando Cepeda's father. He was known as the Puerto Rican Babe Ruth. This is his only playing day card, I believe. And this is one that's going into my personal PC. So I was glad to pick it up. And it is a 1, but I'm happy with him. Happy to have it slabbed and really happy to have this one for the collection because I didn't even know for a little while that he did have a playing day card. Roberto Clemente Starliner in a 7. I believe that was one of our highest vintage grades of the cards that we submitted. J.L. Malone from the N28 set. Have a Lincoln from the 1932 Carmel set. Another United States Jack. This one is a 2. Albert Frey. We actually bought the Frey with the Malone as well, and this one got a 4, so graded out very nicely. United States Flag of all nations, a 4. Bright colors there. So 24 Leaders of Men. The Lincoln, I believe we also have a Washington here. Lincoln got a 3.5. And Johnny Bench from 75 Topps, our second 7. Very nice. Next group of cards here, we have a Womble from the 1910 Old Mill set. You have a 33 Gowdy Melvin Ott. And as you can see with this one, it is a little rough. Another one of these H628 United States flag cards. This one we definitely expect to be lower grade, so it got the 1. Hank Aaron, 72 Topps in a 6. Did pretty decent overall with a lot of these, 60s, 70s vintage that we graded that we thought were, EX, and ended up grading that as well. So that's very nice. Here we go. This was the other 1924 Leaders of Men, and it was the Washington that was nicer. And as you can see, it pulled a 6. Samuel Morse from the Duke & Sons set. who was the creator of Morse code. Ben Franklin from the Royal Bengals set. General Grant in a 4.5, very nice grade there. The Kinley Bros set. A 56 Grayback Mantle. This one I thought maybe had a chance at like a 1.5, but I think the creasing was just too great on it. Not a terrible looking one. I'll show the back as well. We have a Men of Genius Edgar Allan Poe. A Willie Mays. I believe this was the one that I didn't catch. It ended up being just, you know, min-size. And you can't really tell here, but if you look at the back, you can kind of see that it looks almost a little cut off, but not because it was trimmed, just because it ended up being short at the factory. And the last one from our group, we have a 33 Gowdy Hornsby. And this one is one that I couldn't figure out. This does look very nice for a 1, so I'm curious as to why that actually graded out. Moving along, we have a White Swan, which is British pictured. If I'm not mistaken, this might be one of the cards that in this set, they actually use someone else's different face and a different name for the picturing. So 1936, Godfrey Phillips Michelangelo. Robert Peel from the Lone Jack set. T210 Haynes in a 3 from Old Mill. Have a Bancroft in a 1. So this one here, I'm glad we're starting to get more numerical grades in these hand-cut cards because sometimes they can really go either way. A John L. Sullivan card. This one is a booklet, actually, as you can see by this staple, but they do get graded by SGC. So just a heads up, because some booklets don't, but ones like these do. So this one got a 1. The first, I guess, the first, you know, DC Batman card. So number 1, the Batman got a 4.5. We have it as well in a 2. And we have it in a 1.5. So even notice too, even though this one's pretty miscut, it could still get the 1.5 with SGC according to the criteria. They do deduct on, you know, centering, of course, but I mean for this one there was a lot where if you maybe sent this to PSA, you'd be looking at like a 1 MC. So at least they take something less into account, and you're able to get a 1.5 for a miscut card like this. Next, we have the Lincoln. This one, yeah, evidence of trimming of the top part, as you can see. And a White Shield, which Authentic altered. They didn't say why. And we have the last group right here. Let's get into it. Featuring 2 oversized cards. But first, we have Paul Revere from Royal Bengals. The inauguration of Lincoln. We have Washington crossing the Delaware. We have a Franklin, which got a 1. As you can see, missing a corner. This one definitely makes sense. Another Franklin in a 1.5. Definitely a little nicer. Mozart in a 2. And Lindbergh in a 6. That one did grade out very well. And the last 2 cards of our sub, starting out here, we have, I'm going to put this down for a sec. We have the golf player from Spalding. And this one graded out pretty decent. I'm excited for this because these die cut cards can go a lot of different ways sometimes. So getting a 3 on this was a pretty good grade. Definitely take it. And these were, I believe these were taped on, so this is not like an alteration or anything. These are just. And last card of the sub, we have an 1880s Farnsworth Lincoln. So very interesting. Only 20 years after, you know, Civil War era. And this wraps up our sub. Thank you all for viewing into this one. I also had another sub submitted. We had a bunch of cards. We had to break them up into 2. So we'll probably be coming at you again soon with another sub video. But until then, I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and take care. Happy collecting.